Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It's another episode in the career series here. So I've just been given an office, so they've decided, hey, this guy's doing all right. Reputation still not improved, but you know, we're looking around, looking up. Let's go look at our specializations. So we can now do flight seeing. So flight seeing, and then again, skydive, we need to get to 8, then 10, then 12. So 8 is our next target. So flight seeing is climb aboard your aircraft and carry passengers on an unforgettable aerial sightseeing. Each flight offers a unique opportunity to discover iconic landmarks from a new angle. While perfecting your piloting skills, get ready for a thrilling journey through the world's most beautiful cities. So now we'll go take a look at our missions. Alright, Flight C, we know that. Where's he gonna take us? Maybe... Oh, okay. So... Italy? Or no? Alright, so those are all ferry flights, so we know those are first flights. These are ferry flights. And again, I want to go here. So we're going to swirl ourselves over on the map by clicking on it. So yeah, so basically the way the process works, I'm wondering if we're in Venice. I think Venice is up here somewhere. No, San Marco Square, I think, is in Venice, yes. So difficulty's easy. 45 minutes, though, although it's only 15 miles. Eleanor Montanari and her mom were inspired by a travel magazine feature to book an aerial discovery tour of Venice. Give your passengers the full VIP treatment and make this flight a memorable experience. So let's see. We're going to go to passengers, Greta. Nothing really new. We're just looking at all these landmarks. So I assume it's going to guide us where we need to go. So we're basically departing, immediately doing, so, you know, we're left pattern. So we're immediately coming in, and then again we'll come back and join the pattern and land. So let's see if it loads properly this time. Alright, always gets to the gentleman pretty quickly. This is then the challenge that I have. Again, 140,000, where our last one was 61. So, you know, we might have one flight and we might go from level 6 to level 8 or beyond. Alright, good news is, first time I got in without having to stop and do something different. Bad news is, I can't do anything. Okay, I just went out. I didn't change anything, but I went out into the controls and came back in, and now I can approach the plane. So still a little bit of a hiccup, I suppose we'd say. But we'll get all our stuff taken off. And now again, that number is an I number. So we'll request boarding.
Everything's fine, Greta. You can initiate boarding.
Save it as I.
Roger that.
India Whiskey, November Echo. Oh, nice. Nice fancy car. So some rich Italians, or someone at least, who rented something. So, alright, let's hop in the plane. Get ourselves powered up. Like, we know how this works. So, nothing surprising there. Get our flaps down. Get our mixture set. Throttle's a little high, but we'll get ourselves started up. And hopefully...
So, Captain, time to tour all the best spots, don't you think? For today's scenic flight, you're guiding Eleanor and her mom over our charming local town of Venice. Seatbelt fastened?
Can't
Then
see
you're
her
all
mom,
set.
but there's Eleanor.
Captain, make this moment one to remember.
The hair's not good. Like, you can see through to their scalp. I mean, they look a little bit realistic, but I mean, if I'm being honest, it looks like she has some condition with her hair, which is just unfortunate.
Lima India Papa Victor traffic Cessna India. Whiskey November Echo Oscar is taxiing to runway 5.
Okay. Alright, so interesting. We don't follow any path. We just...
Hi. Thank for taking us aboard.
Thank for.
I'm Eleanor.
Not thank you. Thank for.
Hey, I'm Federica, Eleanor's mom. Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Eleanor and Frederica. Let's see what we can do here for Venice. There's our hold short. That's where they're going to want us. So let's just kind of get over there. And we'll stop here. We're going to have to let people know we're leaving. Alright, takes a little while. We're going to announce our takeoff.
Lima India Papa
ready?
Victor traffic Cessna India. Whiskey November Echo Oscar, taking off runway 5 west departure.
Okay, so again, not quite sure where I'm going, but...
A bit nervous, but I'll be fine. Can't wait to see the view from up here.
Alright, where... Again, I'm not seeing where I need to go. Alright, I'm assuming it's here somewhere. Alright, and now take off from runway 5. So I guess we're kind of set. So we need our flight director. We're gonna again go about there, get our nose up, get our heading bug set, and here we go, ladies. We're gonna get you checking out Venice here in a little bit. So, got our initial climb about a mile away. Again, I don't know what kind of crazy weather we've got here in Italia.
Not sure if I'm actually ready, but no choice now. Ha.
Ha.
It's quite all right, actually.
Ha.
Don't sink.
We're not sink. We're not sink. Okay, so we need to climb to 500 feet. Let's get the... Alright, so now we need to fly to San Marcos Square. Whoops, we're gonna go there. We're gonna go heading. And... Again, we need to get... Okay. So we're gonna turn. I need to get the climb a bit higher. Alright, let's straighten ourselves out here. Again, I'm whoop, 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 whoop. Alright, so San Marcos Square is there. We're not getting any kind of,
I don't feel afraid or dizzy. What a nice surprise.
I guess that means I'm not turning like crazy. So maybe that's like a good message. I mean, I'm climbing because the boxes, we've not achieved like, you know, kind of the boxes yet, if that makes sense. Alright, so now I think we have, so let me
Ladies and gentlemen,
get there.
this is the San Marcos Square.
Alright, so there's San Marcos Square. Okay, so we're going to set an altitude and we're going to back this off. And then we're going to... I'm going to try to do this with autopilot, but I think it's going to be a mess. Honestly. Come on. Alright, let's speed up a little bit. And now I need kind of a... just a sweeping turn. So, still going a little slow, so let's speed it up a bit. Again.
It's amazing how clear everything looks from up there. I feel like I can see forever.
Forever. Forever. Although I'm sure people would be quite that excited, so I suppose it's a cool experience as a pilot. Let me see. Straighten out, straighten out, straighten out, because now we're kind of... Okay. Now we're going to come back. Now we're going to make her feel dizzy.
It's rolling out the red carpet for us.
My wife gets motion sickness, so I certainly can appreciate the challenge. Like, I don't think she could do a flight like this, and certainly not with what I'm doing. That's one of those things, if I ever had a idea of, like, becoming a pilot, I don't know that I'd be that excited to do it, because I'm not sure I could ever take my wife with me. And
Last but
that
not
would
least,
kind of be bad.
thanks for showing us that.
Oh, you're welcome for seeing that. Alright, so... Alright, so now we need to go to San Giuliano Park. Or San Giuliano, right? It must sound like a terrible American doing an Italian accent, so I apologize. Goodness gracious. Alright. So let's get you guys, again, over where we need to be. Get the standby back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Okay. Where is the... Oh, okay. I'm like, where is San Giuliano Park here? Alright, let me get some juice into this thing. I don't have flaps up.
I'm
yeah.
blown away.
Yeah,
Stunning. Surreal. Really.
I'm doing a terrible... My God, am I doing a terrible job now. Alright, let's just head over. Okay, now we finally got some good speed. And again, honoring the flight path, we suck. So let me go down some. Oh, it won't let me go down some? Okay, it will. Alright, and now, of course, I've gone too far. So I've passed it, and again, I'm gonna get a terrible honor the flight plan.
Sunsets and sunrises must be amazing, Captain.
Captain. My captain. Oh my goodness, this is... I like really overflew. I mean, come on. Alright, well let me slow down again, because I'm sure once again we're gonna need to be at like 80 something. Oh my God. Just get over there. Because yeah, I'm thinking that last gate is like where I really need to be lined up, and then we're gonna fly around the park. Alright, and then of course, now we've gone too low. Alright, and I need a speed of 82 knots, so again, I'm gonna, whoops. So now we're just gonna do it this way. We're gonna head in here. So we're gonna head into the pattern. Alright. So, again, let me go up now. Because we're slowing down, which we don't want to be doing, because then we're going to run the risk of stalling. You know, we're trying to climb. Come on, turn. Turn nicely here. I don't know what Paul is, if it's like a volcano.
I've never seen anything like that.
So, yeah, my focus is on piloting. I get, you know, we're not really able to see much of the scenery, but that's okay. Alright, so this is why it takes a bit, although I think we only have three points to see. So, even though it said
Fantastic.
45
Exactly what I
minutes,
expected.
just not
We're
sure
on the
that
awesome
that'll be
pics
the
of this
case.
scenic tour.
But, you know, at the end, like, really, I mean, yes, it's a certain type of flying, for sure, but I'm like, you know, this ultimately isn't anything crazy from the standpoint of, you know, I'm just flying the plane. I'm worried about things like where I've got to drop down and spray, and then I've got to, you know, do other things. Alright, so now let's speed up again. Let's get this leveled out. Let's actually go down a bit. Alright. So now we gotta go to Torcello Basilica, and then that is it. And again, what I need to do is get myself to 1,000 feet. So what I ultimately need to do is do that. And then it'll level out instead of me playing this stupid game that I'm playing. So, alright. So we're heading in, and hopefully then we'll do better. Because, yeah, if we can get, you know, 5 miles on the pattern.
I'm feeling better now. I'm almost enjoying the ride.
Okay, well,
I can tell you're pushing past your nerves. That's awesome. Well done.
okay. So let's see. Alright, and at this point, we'll let her push past her nerves while I push past mine as I fly over beautiful Venice. Now, that is not our airport, I don't think. I think that's a different airport. But yeah, if I
didn't expect it would feel like this. Like floating above the world.
Alright. So now, yeah, we're at 1,000. But that way, at least, like, hopefully it will keep us a little bit better. So we're gonna move to 74. See if that aligns us a little bit better. Maybe not. Let's go 72. Alright, and now I'm going to go back to 73. But we're getting there. So we've got, you know, that's San Marco. You know, again, I think we took off over here
You're
somewhere.
so smooth on the radio, Captain. Makes it look easy.
I
Okay.
have a hard time flying the aircraft and talking with the ground at the same time. That's for sure.
Okay, well, I'm not saying anything to them, but thank you.
Oh. Here your R. Torcello Basilica.
Here your R. God, the voice stuff is just terrible. I don't know if they're using AI and... Alright, 82 knots. So, again, and now I'm gonna go... We're gonna head this way. We're slowing down. Alright, so now we're gonna speed up a little bit. And then I assume, again, whatever... Oh, you know what? I bet Paul is like the location I need to be at or something. Okay, now I need to quickly swing back the other way, because that's the problem. I'm like once I start turning this way, we'll be okay. You know, because then it's just correct. Goodness gracious. Stop rolling, oh plane of mine. And I think some of it is, again, because I'm going so slow. It's hard for it to do what it needs to maintain control. So I need to get that up again. Where is it? There it is. Okay. I'm like, did I leave the space? But yeah, then I think we just come in and we get on the downwind leg and we land, is what's left after this. But we probably still have a good distance. So I'm surprised they haven't said anything. I really kind of want to, kind of want to see. I can't see. I need to just steer the plane. Because I'm just going to destroy... Whoops.
I imagined the flight to be more slow-paced and dreamy.
Yeah. I made a mistake. It's okay. Alright, let's go be slow-paced and dreamy. Oh God. Let's not go the wrong way. That would also be important. Oh my God, you can't take me anywhere. Alright. Let's keep turning. Oh my God. I don't understand why my brain is thinking I go up to go left, but it is. So.
This is so much more amazing than I expected.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, ma'am. I'm sorry I'm a moron of a pilot here, but... But pretty soon. Alright, we'll announce our position. Okay, this time I need to go.
Lima, India, Papa, Victor, traffic, Cessna, India. Whiskey, November, Echo, Oscar, 3 miles, north 1,000 feet, inbound to land, runway 5.
Alright, so there we go. So now we're going to follow the traffic pattern. So I am just going to take over here, and we're going to follow this in, ladies. That will be the goal. So let me get myself situated in the seat appropriately, and then hopefully all will be good. So we're going to go in, we're going to pass the airport. So this is where the smart camera, helps. So we're going to back off a bit here as we slow down, and then, you know, we're just coming in from 1,000 feet, but entering that downwind leg, where now we're kind of officially on it. But the challenges are fun. I mean, you know, they're in different areas, and yeah, it's, again, the arcadey thing of, oh, fly through the gates, and it's a little bit like, man, if I go back, like, way back in the day when they were doing the Star Wars stuff, and there was this game called Rebel Assault that was on the computer, I think. It was like one of the first things you really could kind of fly, and I remember I think there were things like this, where it was like, yeah, you know, you're coming in, you're flying up through it, and it was just this exercise of getting yourself there, and that's all you were doing. So, alright. flaps down 1 level. Because, yeah, we're getting ready to turn on the base leg. And then we'll turn on to final, and we'll be all set. But we need to start descending. So we're going to back off here. And, yeah, I'm definitely going to back off here. Because I might get in trouble for, yeah, my max speed. But I'm like, I need to slow myself down. So I took too long, but yeah, I'll lose a little bit of bonus there, which stinks. But again, we have 114,000 available to us, so hopefully that will put us in a pretty good spot.
500.
Alright, we're gonna announce. Let me get myself
Lima India
a
Papa,
little.
Victor Traffic Cessna India. Whiskey November Echo Oscar is on final runway 5 to land.
See, like, to me that's too high. You're coming in at a way sharper angle than you need. So I don't understand. But let's see if we can do better. Because my landings with this plane, I mean, they're always challenging. But I'll tell you, having that landing monitor really helps. We're reducing speed. Alright. And then I need to get to the hold short point, which we're going away from, which obviously we don't want to do. What? Aircraft entered. I did not. Didn't mean to. But okay.
Back to the airport, guys. So, Eleanor, you want to fly again?
Can't wait to do it again.
Alright, well.
Loved every minute of it from start to finish. Thanks, Captain.
And that would be fun. You know, if that was your job, flying people around Venice, there could be worse things that you do with your life. So. Although, like anything, I'm sure it gets kind of old. You know, I've had the discussion all the time, you know, lots of jobs are repetitive, you know, in the tech industry, and, you know, one of the things you provide is technical support to people and, you know, or training. And so I always explain to folks who, like, their job is to do the same thing, administer kind of almost a script, that, you know, while for you, it might be the 1,000th time, for whoever you're talking to, it's their first time. And so it's important to give them that same sense of caring and excitement, you know, as opposed to, all right, we're flying over Venice, here's the square, you know, and that just takes away from their excitement, because for them, they've never seen it. And you may see it, whatever, 10 times a day, or however many flights a pilot like this might do in a work shift. And, you know, so in the course of a month, you know, you'll do it 200 times. But, and again, I'm kind of assuming, well, no, that probably would be right, 10 times a day. Probably work at least 20 days, so that's reasonable. Yeah, so I'm going to lose some points because of the taxi thing, which stinks, but again, can't help that. And then we'll get ourselves in here. We'll stop at the stand.
You
And
turned
we'll
your
put on
passengers
our
into
brake.
flight addicts, haven't you? Anyway, I can see that anxiety has turned into excitement. Well done.
Well done. Alright, Greta, I'm glad I could make you happy. So, let's see if we get to level 8. I'm thinking we do, because we were really close to level 6. Oh, wow. Actually didn't do too bad. So the smoothness was good. We're going to get all these extra points, 75%. No skip bonus, bad weather bonus. Still didn't get superb, but we're doing all right. So it's all right, that's just the different button, aviator performance details, because I think before it just said performance details or details. All right, so we are not making a lot of money, I'll tell you that. So as far as earning enough to get our next certification, I mean, we need like 10,000. Wow, we got up to level 10. Again, we only need 52,000, so if these keep going up, so let's see, maybe we'll go ahead and get another one in here. So yeah, we've already got enough there, but we need to perform another mission with smoothness and then score airplane missions with C or above. So see, I have to do at least 2 before I can do that. Oh, and then I've got to do 5 of these skydiver flight seeing things. Goodness. So yeah, this starts to get more complicated, because right now I needed to perform airplane missions with landing smoothness above 50, you know, and above C. So again, you're showing that you have some control of the aircraft. I can still use the Cessna here, which is good, because I don't have the turboprop engine rating, and I can't afford to get that. So, alright, Skydive Aviation. Join skydivers from all over the world to discover the most famous jump spots. From the azure skies of Hawaii to the majestic mountains of the Swiss Alps, team up with your jump master to take groups of thrill enthusiasts aboard and drop them from dizzying heights. Defy gravity and experience the sheer thrill of freefall aboard your aircraft. As you swoop down with your plane, experience unforgettable moments and push back your limits. Yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit different, because I think, yeah, you end up like diving down and just getting back to your airport and so forth. And you got to get up to like 10,000 feet, so that just takes a while because you're kind of like circling. I know there were some special controls for this. Okay, so the difficulty. Your level allows you to access a new difficulty level for all job types. Now, I assume that probably means they pay more. So, alright, so we're not going too far. We're going to the south of, I'm going to say France, although we might be into Spain there. I don't know. Alright, so all those things are flight seeing and all that. So, I like the fact that we just are getting a lot of options here. So these are all things I can't do yet, but here we go. Jumping with Ampuria Brava drop zone. So we're in Spain. That is not anything French. So Anna's idea of sightseeing: a skydiving tour with a guaranteed heart racing view. She'll be falling fast, but hopefully she sticks to the landing over Castello di Emporias. Alright, so we basically... Can I rotate this? No, I can't. So we depart, and then I don't know. I guess we'll see how we do. It's saying 117 nautical miles, so that is not short. But we're going to give it a try, and this may get us a little bit, you know, we'll see how much further we get, because I'm definitely getting challenged here. Now, this is giving me a 1 star on this, so I guess it's not super difficult. You can see it's taking a bit to load the mission. So, we'll see, again, where we're at. Alright, so I basically backed out, and then I came back. And we may not get up to 10,000. It honestly doesn't look like, I mean, we're going up, but I can't imagine that's 10,000 feet. It could be. But I basically had to hit back over here, and then came back in. It probably took 3 minutes to get to this point in total. But you can see, even in the image here, they're pretty high up. Which, again, you need to be. Like, they need to have enough time to jump out, deploy their parachutes, slow down. I mean, you don't want people, like, you know, it's almost like base jumping out of the plane. That would be a bit pointless. All right, I was just about ready to give up, and I'm worried about how fly will be. So, situation that's happening, again, it probably took 2 or 3 minutes. I'm pausing the recording as I do it just so I don't have to cut out things, and that's been the timer I've been kind of watching. But, yeah, it's a couple minutes from when I looked at the clock to get me in. So again, we're going to be jumping over there, so we're going to finish as fast as possible, keep stable during the jump, land smoothly, and drop with precision. Wow. All right, so I'm thinking this is going to take some skill that I've not used before. So now we're definitely doing something a bit different. Kind of Neofly on steroids, maybe? You know, and you can see, like, it just loaded in the vending machine. It's just, you know, it's still loading items in. And I am using a rolling cache in 2024. So what I'm hoping is over time, these type of things might be present on the machine. And again, maybe I need to open the cache a little bit more, because right now, like, it recommended 16 gig. I left it at what it recommended. But the question is, you know, maybe having more would be better and it would speed things up. I don't know. All right, so overall, not bad. About a minute to get in here. So as I said, what I'm hoping is as I do more things, the cache gets stuff. You know, again, these trees I'm sure are a bit repetitive depending on where I'm at. I don't really recall seeing any palm trees like this, but, you know, you'd think this tree would be normal. I've not seen this color of stuff. Whoa, whoa. I hit the space bar, which was like my brake in Truck Simulator.
It's almost time for the next session. We'll be boarding shortly with Group 9, jumping with Monica. Please make sure your gear is good to go. And let's make this one for the books.
All right. Jumping with Monica. So, pretty cool. Okay. Alright, so let's see. We are Skydive Plus Ultra is the company. Alright, we'll request boarding.
All right, folks, let's get this party started. 5 on 5 ECGMF. Everybody make your way onto the aircraft. Same exit order we discussed back at the clubhouse, okay?
Alright. So here they come. Hopefully it'll work. They look like they're in space suits to some degree. So definitely, again, not smooth, a little bit jittery. Things froze a little bit as I was doing things. I do need to get better with my lights. I'm being real sloppy with those. Alright, so, oh, okay. It's just the parachute in the back, and so, interesting. I can't, is it the same? Yeah, okay, so I can go out here. So they're just sitting there kind of squatting. So we got 3. Alright, we'll get back here. Okay. Again, we'll put a little bit of this up, we'll get the flaps down, and we'll get ourselves started.
Pilot, let's give a round of applause to our 2 candidates for this jump.
So they just
Treat
got
them
a
extra special,
big
please.
open door there.
Let's go.
So
All right, let's make this a jump to remember. I want to see smiles on those rock star faces when we're back here.
the rock star faces. Alright. Let's announce some taxi.
Lima Echo, Alpha Papa Traffic Cessna, Echo Charlie. Golf Mike Foxtrot is taxiing to runway tree 5.
Okay, we're gonna get the heading. You know what? I'm gonna try to fix these pop-ups not coming up.
Is everyone ready to go? Love it. So, important reminder. We're here to have fun, but your security is our priority, so listen to what I say at all times. Last check, buckle up, helmet, eye shield, altimeter. You confirm? Great.
Alright, so I think I got rid of all that, so that's good. Let's toggle the parking brakes. Alright, and we're going to the right. So, everybody's ready. So it's my job to do something I've never done. I've never done a skydive mission. It's not something I got to in NeoFly. I never got that far. I'm not necessarily intending not to keep doing things with NeoFly, but this is really similar, and it's obviously right in the sim, so, you know, obviously there's some differences, I think, but I don't know. Let's not worry about that now. How about that? Alright, hopefully I've got enough momentum to get me to the hold short. So, just get ourselves there. Alright, we're going to announce takeoff.
Lima Echo Alpha Papa traffic
Get our
Cessna,
taxi
Echo
lights
Charlie.
on, our
Golf
landing
Mike
lights
Foxtrot
on.
Taking off runway tree 5 north departure.
Alright, so we'll toggle our brakes, and we'll enter runway 35. And then again, be a little scared. Because I just don't know. Like diving the plane, or... I mean, again, it's still a Cessna. It's not going to climb crazily. And diving is... I don't know. I guess let's see how high we need to get. I've set myself, as you can see, to 6,000, assuming I need to go a good ways. Alright, so basically it looks like we're going down the runway, turning around. It's one of those kind of airports, which is not uncommon. I'm starting to, like, lose my voice, so I may just be limited in being able to do things and share them with you, because I won't be able to talk, or I'll just have to just record missions but not say anything, which I think, I don't know, again, I always half joke that sometimes people might be like, yeah, please, just shut up and do your thing. But, anyway. But others, I do think, enjoy things. I've definitely gotten comments that people are like, you know, they love that I read things off the screen, so that's certainly why I do it. I used to, you know, one of the things I volunteered for was voiceover on audiobooks. So I'm used to reading text aloud all the time. So, alright. So we're going to take off from runway 35. Ready? Off we go into the wild blue yonder. I guess that's appropriate for skydiving, right? I mean, if you're not, if you're going to do it, like, when else would you do it? I mean, let's be honest. Oh boy. Terrible frame rate right now. I cannot get myself... Let me get... whoa. That's not what I wanted to do. That was way too sharp.
7 ECGMF. I've uploaded relevant data onto your map. Quick update anyway. Your drop axis today is into the wind, heading 5 degrees true. Current on-site speed is 0 knots. Check your map regularly so you can adjust your flight.
Okay. Lovely.
I'm keeping tabs and everything from my end. Time to soar now. See you in a few minutes, guys. A Solo 7 ECGMF. I've uploaded relevant data onto your map. Quick update anyway. Your drop axis today is into the wind, heading 1 degree true. Current on-site speed is 0 knots. Check your map regularly so you can adjust your flight.
Clear it.
I'm keeping tabs and everything from my end. Time to soar now. See you
Does
in a few
that
minutes,
mean
guys.
0, like the wind is 0? I don't understand what it's telling me. So, alright. Trying to figure out. Okay. So it was on autopilot, and I'm like, I don't understand what it's doing. Okay. So, fly to jump act, but like, what height do I need to be on is my problem. So I'm just kind of following this, so you can see we've got stuff. Doesn't look terribly high.
High enough, guys. Unfasten your seatbelt. As I explained on the ground, you need to be able to jump if anything goes wrong.
Okay.
Green light
Interesting.
is at 10,000 feet. We take the leap from the aircraft in free fall for 60 seconds before deploying the parachute.
Hello. What is it doing?
Can we grab a quick drink before we jump?
You'll have to wait until we get back down now. It's just to make sure you focus on enjoying the jump and nothing else.
It is just not, again, it's not letting me do the autopilot, so I find that annoying. There we go. Alright, so maybe we'll be okay. Let me peek over there. So we're going to want to head back. I'm only going up 200. So in theory, it should catch up in a bit here. So I'm going to try that. Let me get the flaps up. That will also help. Alright, I need to get myself on the path. But we might only be going up to like...
Super cold now. No, don't worry, it's not that chilly out there.
Okay. we'll go with what you're saying. Alright, get myself on 185. No, maybe 180? I didn't think it was 180, but it might be. Might be straight south. I thought they said 5 degrees, so... Alright, and in a little bit we'll increase the climb rate because we are starting to now fall into... we're not there yet, but we're getting close.
I don't have a choice now.
I don't have a choice now. Well, you do. You could stay in the plane. I'm pretty sure any skydiving instructor is not going to push you out. You know, other than like if you're in the armed forces of some country or something. Maybe then they'd be like, all right, you know, this is your training and you need to get there. All right, so now we're falling out the bottom. I'm going to go up to, or at least try to go up to 500 for my climb rate. Just going the wrong way every time. My brain cannot get around this. I mean, it's very rare lately that I do anything like this, though. That's the problem. Like, normally I'm just putting it on autopilot and nav, and it's following.
Through the clouds like in a maze. I mean, that's freedom, dude.
That's freedom, dudes. That sounded so bad. So yes, the one thing I don't like about Microsoft Flight Simulator, these voices are terrible. And it's more like the inflection and how they do things. So it's not like they're terrible in general. Alright, so this just takes a while. And maybe we're climbing higher than I thought. I don't know, we'll see. I think I'm going up too fast now, so let me go 700. Because, yeah, it doesn't really tell me much. So you can see, I mean, the airport is way over there. 6 miles away now. And, like, we don't see the end where it's going to tell us.
Speak up now if you have anything to say.
Alright, I'm going to go down to 500.
Like a leaf.
And then if I don't go down, then maybe I've discovered that it's about 500, but I just need to get in the appropriate location. So again, we're not redlining. Fuel's at 34%. All right, there we go. So finally, our turn is coming. So 5,000 feet, maybe. I'm gonna call that. I'm gonna call 5,000 feet. I thought most jumps went up to. The most skydiving things you went to 10,000 feet, but that's just again like a total random. Whoop, wrong way again.
I love that part. The anticipation, the adrenaline. Hope I remember to pull the cord.
I hope.
Hurry, our gear comes with a safety
I
cord.
hope you remember to pull the cord too.
Your reserve parachute will
Jeez. Who came up with these lines? I hope I remember to pull the cord. Oh my god. Oh, wow. That's just honestly awful. Alright, I'm going to level out until we get in there, and then we'll play figuring out where to go. Alright, so now let's go to 200. Let's see if we look a little more. See, because it used to, like, it had the boxes on there before. Alright, 300? 400.
Your first time into Stella the Empress, guys? Good idea to come this jump with us. From here, Stella the Empress is a real treat for the eyes. Would have been a shame missing this spot.
Alright, so we are. Alright, it's gotta be I'm gonna try 500, but I swear I tried 500 and it took me out of the pattern. But yeah, 5,000 seems about right of where it's gonna put us. So, again, they gave us an hour for this, so I do apologize. This will be a longer episode because I don't know that it's going to take us a full hour to do this, but, you know, it's likely going to take well beyond the half hour we had, so, to keep the episode within an hour. But once again, expect, you know, as long as I'm doing stuff that I think I can share, and again, to me, the career thing is easy to share. If I'm doing free flight and I'm doing things for my, you know, VAs, you know, that'll be the challenge. And again, I may have to go back to 2020 for some things just to keep up, because, like, you know, I probably will try to load the PMDG aircraft in, but my guess is, like, there will be significant things that just won't work. So, yeah, 500 is definitely going up a little too much, but we're almost at 45, and we are 4,500 now, and so, yeah, I'm getting more and more confident as we get closer to the end here that we are going to be at about 5,000 for the jump. But I still find that fascinating. You're not quite a mile above the Earth, and she said, wait 60 seconds and then deploy your parachute. So I would think you would fall. I would think you would hit the ground from 5,000 feet jumping out of a plane in less than a minute. So I know in physics we learned about terminal velocity, that, you know, it's, you know, I think it's like 9.8 feet squared per second is acceleration, but at some point you hit, like, you don't accelerate anymore. That's as far as you go. So it appeared that the leg going back is just flat. Now, I am surprised, because this makes it longer. Like, you would think it would make more sense to have the pattern be go halfway, turn around, and, you know, but again, I suppose the thing is they want the plane level. I mean, it did say that that's a requirement, that they want the plane level at some point. Alright, well, we're going through 5,000, so I guess I was wrong there. I don't know, is it set for what I put in? Let me see. No, it's not changing there, but so, because I don't think we're going to get to 6,000, because it really looks like just these couple gates, and then we get there and then turn and come back. But maybe we'll be literally at like 4,300 or something. So we're literally a mile. I don't know. Alright, I need to go down, I think, to turn. But I'm thinking we're like 15 miles out at this point, so it's kind of crazy. Alright, so I need to get to 90. Literally just run the leg the way you'd run legs. Alright, I think I turned well. Oh, no, I did not. So let me go back some. So I'll have to turn a little more sharply. No, we're still climbing. Like, we still need to climb. Those gates are still above me. So I don't know, maybe we will be at 10,000 feet. But yeah, once we turn, I'll start, we'll start trying to figure that out. And again, I think it said 5 degrees, so that's what I'm gonna set it to. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, it may be. So let me go up to 600. I'm gonna have to see once I line up here, like, is it level? Or are we still climbing? That's what I'm not sure about yet. It's hard to tell, because obviously I had the other things around. I don't know. But no, honestly, I think it's still climbing. Wow. Alright, well, let me go up to... Oh yeah, it's definitely climbing. Because, yeah, it's... What it did is it stopped, is the problem I had here. Because it leveled out at 6,000, and obviously that's not what it's doing. It's still going up. So maybe we will get to 10,000, because we'll certainly be able to do that before 15 miles, I think. Because, you know, we were at under 16 already at 6,000. We're up 300. A little over 300. Again, the rate I'm climbing is too fast now. Now, let me get myself on 360. Now we're gonna, again, level ourselves to, I'm just at 600, but maybe we'll put it at 5. Alright. It's gotta be really uncomfortable just sitting there squatting that long. That's what I'm thinking at this point. I mean, it's been a while, so this is not nothing. But, you know, yeah, the anticipation. Talk about the anticipation. See, and then my concern is, what do we do? Like, dive from 7,000 and we need to be down at 1,000? Like, there's an airframe thing that, yes, I have turned off, so it, like, won't do damage, but, like, it could. Alright, going up too fast, so again, we'll go down 400, but we're above 7,000. Yeah, we may... I'm gonna put myself at 10, because I think that might be where we're headed. You know, and again, from 10,000 feet, maybe a minute makes sense. But it really honestly looked like we were gonna be level. So yeah, I think I talked about, there were people who were like, yeah, I took the week off, and they were upset. Hopefully things are working for them as well as they are for me today. Still not perfect. There's still some challenges. I find myself backing out. You know, I didn't, in this case, in this episode, I do not believe I had to actually exit the sim and reload. So that is still an improvement. Alright, let me pull some back here, go to the left a little bit. Maybe just one. Alright, what's the caution? Oh. Yeah, I'm running out of speed here. But I assume the caution is... Oh, low fuel. So, how do I switch my tanks? Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, we should be on both. Well, at this point I should be here. I didn't realize it was set to left. So, we should be fine. I assume that'll go away in a little bit now. Because the right tank is fine. I mean, you can see I have 30%, so... I thought it was starting to warn me that, like, I'm only going 87, and my throttle is maxed. So that has been the challenge. Like, that is why I don't really use the Cessna to climb far, because it just seems to struggle. And my concern now is to keep up with what they need. I really need to go to 400, and I think that's going to slow me down. Right.
GMF Solo 72 minutes green light.
So yeah, now down to 84. I'm not liking it, I'll tell you that. I mean, we're not slowing down insanely, but it's not comfortable when I'm already down to flap speed. And so I think if I try to honor the actual functioning of the plane, there isn't airframe damage until I get to 163 knots. So I can basically descend at that point, and maybe what I'll do is there's a flight level change, I think. Yeah, FLC. So I can do that and then set the level at like 150 or something and let the plane handle it. That would be my intent, I believe. Right. Well, if we're getting to 10, we will then be doing so in, you know, we got 1,500 meters, and they're jumping, you know, because they're basically jumping over the airport so that they land at the airport, and then I just have to get back, but it's just me. So who cares about me, right? Down to 75. I mean, we are climbing at 400 feet a minute, so it's not like my climb rate has fallen, but as the air gets thinner, and maybe, again, do I play with my mixture some? Will that help? Actually, it does, so. Alright. Okay. So let me see. Okay, it started to go down there, so sweet spot seems to be about there. Good news is now we're speeding up, so but we are also going down very fast as far as, you know, the distance to the jump axis. All right, we're within 1,000 feet, got 4 miles. So in theory, although again, I don't know that I'm going X degrees because I can't see my piece that I would like to see. So yeah, I'm disappointed that in-game landing rate thing isn't working, because I think that's a pretty old add-on, and I don't know if anybody else has anything different. Someone might come out with something, so it may not be the end of the world, but it is a challenge for me when I'm running missions. I mean, I guess I have the vertical speed over there down in the corner, but just really, it's a lot harder than the window that was there before. All right, 90. Wow, we're only at 9,400. I mean, we're staying within the brackets, the windows. Like at this point, like this part of the flight, I think I should do pretty well on. I mean, I've stayed in the path, I've been climbing. There's nothing else I think I'm getting measured on. Wow. And can I go up a little bit faster? Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, it still says low fuel even after, though, I switched the tanks. And I guess it's low fuel L. It's telling me in the left tank, and, like, it is. So there was a different plane I was flying that had been, like, had a transfer switch. So that was initially what I was looking for, because I get confused here and there. Alright, align with 0. So I want to go there, set altitude, and drop the speed to 72. We got to do that within mile, so I need to drop down. So, alright. My altitude is good, or my alignment is good. And we should be down here. So, set a speed of 72. Gonna try to stay close to that. Alright, and we're gonna fly to the entry. Alright, so now I should be able to... Right, Q.
Jump.
Jump!
Prize, folks. Go.
What? Okay, so I need to be back at 0, which is interesting because that doesn't help me.
Time to say goodbye, Capo. See you back at the ranch.
Alright, wait, jumpers 2 of 3. Alright, you ready, dude? It's your turn, man. That is cool, and I do not know that, Alright.
Solo 7, East GMF divers away.
Alright.
Legendary run, guys. Now, time for the debrief.
So now where... Alright, so final is there, so okay, so there's the descent. Alright, so I need to go over there, so let me get my heading. And we're gonna pull back, and we're gonna start descending. Whoops, vertical speed. Vertical speed. Why is this... What? Alright. What is happening? My goodness, this is not good. So again, can I... So that should help. Alright, let me get my heading way over here. Alright, and now let me come back. Alright. So we're gonna go there. And now, because I'm going down, we're gonna back this off. Yeah, this thing is not good. Alright, so I'm going to go down, say 700. Oh. My problem is I didn't lower my altitude, stupid me. So let's get myself there. So it basically keeps leveling off as soon as I try to descend. So we're gonna go down quickly now till we catch where we need to be. So now I should be probably alright. Again, let's try to stay on course. Because, yeah, I got a little bit off course with the stay at 0 degrees, but again, you're not wanting to be turning or something and not passing over the field in the right place, I'm sure is the situation. Alright, so I'm going to go up. That's 800. 600, let me try that, but you know what, let me go 400. Because my guess is my descent rate is still 500. Okay. And turn a couple degrees. Alright. Should be good now that we're bouncing around less. Down to 27% fuel. But yeah, the way it made me sound like I had to dive. Alright, I'm going down too fast, so let's go 300, but now I'm going to need to increase the throttle a bit, because now we're not gaining as much speed with the descent. Obviously that burns more fuel, but it's okay. But yeah, I think for sure I'm going to take a bit of a break and, again, edit the material and the footage I've got. Start, get stuff uploaded and then, to kind of distribute it out in a way that makes sense. Right now I'm not quite sure, if people are enjoying it. So yeah, it looks like on my first episode I've got 8 views, my second one I've got 5. So, people are finding it, people are watching some stuff. My long VFR flight, which also came out today, has only got 3. So people are obviously kind of proceeding to Flight Sim 2024. I guess the one thing I haven't discussed in this is just the fact that, yeah, the fact that this will run, and it runs as well as it does with, you know what, let me stay where I'm at. I was starting to go down a bit, whoop, wrong way. But if you recall, I had tried to upgrade my graphics card and couldn't. It wouldn't fit in my case, and I was like, to buy a whole new PC that's at the right specs, it's going to cost $3,000, and like that just seems ridiculous for Flight Simulator, especially when it sounded like the specs were going to be a little bit lower. But there was certainly skepticism from me included, like, I get what they're saying, but so once again, like, for various reasons, I'm really impressed with this. Now, the other thing that I did try before I loaded in here to the sim, I did put a plane over. I moved over the TBM Black Square 850, which is not a simple plane. It appears. Again, I have not tried to load it. I have not tried to use it. I don't know how well it may or may not function, but it appears in the menu. So that's a start, where the drop thing or the landing rate monitor is not. So, whatever it is, getting into the menu here, my guess is it might just be that simple, that getting into the menu here is not the same code, and that's what they need to change, is figure out how to appear to be able to be turned on. So it might be that it's present and it would work. Other than I can't activate it. But what I don't know is, again, the person who is responsible for it, are they active in the community and will they update it? So that, I think, is what we're going to start to get into. But again, given that we have a long time yet, we'll talk about, I used to spend my Farming Simulator videos grumbling about Farming Simulator and how Microsoft Flight Simulator was showing that it can be different. You don't need to create a new game and destroy all the mods and whatever. So, one might say is it any different than Farming Simulator? Like, your mods aren't working. Well, I don't know yet. Because I can't say my mods aren't working. One mod isn't working, and I chose to use that one because, A, it would be a benefit to me right away if it did, and secondly, it wasn't a piece of scenery, because a lot of what I have are either sceneries, which are airports mainly, that would be improved. So, for example, again, a VA, I fly out of O'Hare, so I've got O'Hare, I've also got Charlotte. You know, I've got several payware airports. I've got a lot of freeware airports. You know, I still would plan to add more freeware airports as I fly different places. But the issue is, again, I've watched and I continue to watch Farming Simulator 25 videos. And what I'm watching specifically is the gameplay. Are they doing anything different to get the work done where the dynamics have changed in some way that is different than FS22 or frankly than FS19? And beyond that, like, I've watched videos of FS17 and even FS15 in the past, more when I was in FS19, and basically was already in that mindset of, like, this doesn't look that much better. It looks a little bit better, but, like, you know, unless it was running slow or there was a performance issue, Farming Simulator 15 is fine. It's kind of what I was thinking when I was in Farming Simulator 19, and I don't know that I would think any differently now. But, like, what I'm doing right now, this is a completely new way for the game to work. This may have been challenging for anybody to mod into the game. Something this extensive as the career engine and so forth. Okay, so you came out and you had to buy a new game to get this. There's nothing like that. Nothing like that magnitude of change in Farming Simulator 25. And so that is why I still sit here today with zero desire to go purchase this thing, because it doesn't do anything different. And it doesn't bring anything different. I mean, again, the thing I did off camera here, which again I think may have existed in 2020 at some point, but I don't know that it existed at the end, because I think there were, like, weekly challenges and things. Well, those are back, or if they weren't and I'm mistaken, they're new, but they're here. So there's 3 challenges, and we had 5 days when everything started last time, and so I don't know if they'll always do that and it'll be 5 days and then there'll be like a 2-day break and then it'll be 5 days, or if just this first week was a little shorter because they're going to want to start things on a Sunday or something, or a Monday or whatever it is that would have made it 7 days. So that remains to be seen. Problem is, one of the challenges is a helicopter thing, and I don't know how to fly helicopters. I tried, and while I was floating around, because there are some assisted controls for the cyclic and things like that, but basically I don't know that I have things mapped properly to my flight stick. So I think I'm going to have to try at minimum maybe to go down, if there isn't, and there probably is training on the helicopter path just like there was on the plane path. That would seem to make sense, but I need to go down that, and if I do that, even though it's part of the career, I think I'm going to label it as, or treat it as like a little bit of a separate thing, because it may not ultimately turn out to be something that I am able to do easily. And so I don't want it to seem like a continuation of, I don't know, I'll think about it, because it's still in this same career platform, but I'm worried it's going to require a lot of work. And alright, so we're going to go to, again, fully east here. I probably need to go this way because I did not turn. Alright, we went from 27% to 26% on the fuel. So that is nice. I'm going to go to 300 on my drop because I'm... Whoa, 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 whoa. I went way too far. I knew I needed to go a little further, but man, I went way too far. Alright, well... Did I, though? Now you can see where the gate is over there. So... Again, we'll see how we honor our path, if it gives me that. And now we got 21 miles to final. And we're past, getting close to 5,000, but... Alright, I'm gonna go up one more, slow ourselves down, and now again, I think I need to go fully south. Kind of fully 180. Or 179 as I am now. So this should turn back a little to the left, get itself lined up a little bit, and then hopefully we'll be pretty close to where we need to be. Alright, so at this point we're out over the water. Again, southern coast on the northern side of Spain, if that makes sense, I think is where we're at. I think we're across the French border. So let me, oops, I'm on my wrong way again, but let me try to get lined up in here. We're getting closer to getting in the gates from the height standpoint. But we're already down to 19-something miles. So things are working out just fine. Alright, just not sure. You would think it would be 180, but I don't think it's quite that. Because I seem to be crossing over faster than staying on, so we'll see if we can get this dialed in a bit. Alright, it's certainly not 176, so we'll go to 177. And again, it could be something a little bit in between. But yeah, like, kind of trying to finish up the farming simulator, flight simulator comparison. Like, this has, like, I see the need for a new game and to pay for a new full game here. And yes, they only waited 4 years, which is just 1 year more. But again, having to upgrade in 4 years because they've taken us up so many notches. I mean, once again, if you go back and look at some of the videos as the developers were meeting and sharing things with us, it's like 1,000 times the contact points on the aerodynamic models on the planes. Again, I'm running with the realistic turbulence here. Like, as we come over the coast, as we come over those mountains, you can see my plane is buffeting here. Like, there may be thermals coming up from the ground there. There's probably something going to be happening over there. Again, that's modeled and included much more than I think it even existed, or if it existed at all, in 2020. And so, if you're introducing a completely new dynamic that improves the flight model, and your old engine couldn't do it, you need a new engine, and you need to tell people, hey, you gotta, cough up another $130, in my case, for Premium Deluxe. But again, I spent, $90 on the collector's edition of City Skylines. I think I spent like 2 or 3 hours in there. It's still not. It's over a year. I mean, that came out last October. It's still garbage. I mean, people are struggling with it. It's doing okay, but I think they lost most of the players. I think people went back to City Skylines 1 and said, I'm just not going to arm wrestle with City Skylines 2. And so to me, that's a similar thing with Farming Simulator. Like, why am I going to arm wrestle with Farming Simulator 25 when I really enjoy Farming Simulator 22? And as I said, I mean, there are going to be things that will happen that are going to give me no choice other than to truly never touch it again in a multiplayer environment. Because again, I could, in theory, play it in single player for all eternity now. I'm not going to get any new stuff. Nobody's going to create any new maps for me. But I've got, dozens of maps that are probably high quality that I've never even looked at. Somehow I think I went down 2 clicks, even though I didn't think I hit that. But I think I was at 200 and I meant to go to 300, and suddenly I'm at 400, and I could clearly see I was dropping much faster than I needed to. But yeah, if nothing else, I'm going to take a break just to give my voice a break. Because, yeah, I've been talking this morning for 5 or 6 hours as I've been recording, and I'm getting to the point, like, once in a while it happens, even though, like I shared, I think as we were climbing, I used to record audiobooks as a volunteer and do voiceover for that. But those sessions would be like an hour or two, and then again, I could feel it in my throat that it was affecting my voice, and it was getting scratchy and hurt. So I don't want to get laryngitis and then not be able to do anything. Plus I need to eat some lunch and stuff like that. But luckily it's been a quiet day with other things I need to look at in real life, so I've been blissfully ignoring them. But exactly what I said in my Farming Simulator video, like, if I get sucked in to Flight Simulator, that's going to determine when I come back to FOC and do anything. And it's not looking good for you, FOC. I'll tell you that. Because heck, all I've done is the career mode and a couple things in the challenge mode, and I'm still, I'm having a blast. Like, if it wasn't for my voice, I'd just be like, yeah, let's just jump in, let's keep going. But too much of a good thing sometimes, suddenly ruins the experience, so I'm not going to push it. And I'm not saying I'm not doing any more today. I'm probably going to do some more today. Realistically, the other thing kind of hanging over my head a little bit, I should get at least one round of PGA Tour in, but if I do play, I'm just likely going to finish it up so I don't have that pressure hanging over me. Because, yeah, when I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh, I want to do Flight Simulator, but I'm like, but I don't have a video tomorrow for TGC Tours. Like, I haven't played my 3rd round, and people who watch it regularly know that those are posted Tuesday through Friday so that they can see them. And then I would fail on that schedule. And I don't know that people would care to watch them when they come out. So, as long as I get them played, because at this point, like, the cut is whenever it is. I don't know if I've made the cut. But yeah, what I will probably do is play some golf, but that still requires some talking. But it'll also kind of get me out of the mode. It'll let, other things continue to settle. I'm quite sure Asobo and Microsoft are working diligently to continue to improve the server infrastructure and just get things stabilized. And again, it didn't make sense to get into arguments with people online. I mean, I definitely had people irritated at me in the forums that I was posting in, that I was explaining, like, because they're like, I took the week off. I'm like, that's your problem. Like, why'd you do that? It's a launch. I mean, even taking the day off, like, if I was going to do that this week, and like was targeting, I would have done it like on a Friday. I would have been like, let's give it 3 or 4 days, and by then, whatever might have happened will be in a better shape and probably will be gone. And at this point, until I see otherwise, because I don't know that, like, these loading things where it gets hung up, that those are necessarily volume problems, because I'm not getting any error. I mean, yes, sometimes that bandwidth low, I'm not going to get you as much data, blah, 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 is coming up, but I'm not, you know, there's nothing, it's not like it's crashing or I'm getting, again, thrown into a queue or I'm getting a server error. So those may just be kind of bugs in the code that need to be fixed at some point. You know, it's not hard to believe that it might have something to do with it, because, you know, certainly it's trying to load, and again, it's like a new attempt where right now, in theory, yes, it's loading all this scenery at some point, but my guess is it's pretty much loaded everything I need. You know, and the challenge right now is I'm hopping all over the place and flying. Like, as I start to get into things stabilizing or whatever, like I normally would fly, well, maybe that 16 gig rolling cache would be fine. So, I mean, I'm going to try to see if I can tell, like, if I go into the screen where you set the rolling cache, I think it does have a thing there that says how much is being used. So I will be curious now, after many hours of flying, you know, do I have 2 gig out of 16? Like, am I barely scratching it, or have I already filled it? And it's just constantly throwing things out. Because I know part of the discussion was, like, the server volume that they're going to need, like, yesterday and today, they'll probably never hit again. Like, this is going to be, because it was literally a global rollout. Everybody wanted it on the same, you know, it released globally everywhere at the same time. And so the millions of people that bought it, we all were on at the same time. But this is just going to then turn into things spreading out into the normal pattern when people can play. I mean, yes, this week maybe it'll stay heavy. Because some people were saying the first couple days. I think it'll take a little longer than that, and I would almost say even for sure through the weekend in my eyes, because you know, people would be like, yeah, I'm going to play a little bit, I'll load it, and they play a little bit each night or something, but they're, you know, in earnest, they might be like, yeah, I'm just going to binge Microsoft Flight Simulator for the weekend, and I'm going to play, you know, 7-8 hours each day or something, if people can do that. And there's probably a lot of people that will try to do that, and so there will be a lot of server load. But once you do that, like, okay, you've gotten your fix, because certainly I'm kind of at that point. I'm not saturated, I'm not, that would be the wrong word. Like, oh my god, I need to step away because it's too much. But even, you know, when I was doing 2020, I mean, there was that thing of, yes, I'm trying to do these things for Firefly Air, I want to make some progress. But then it was like, alright, I've flown 7 missions today, that's enough. Like, I've had enough for today. And I think people will just get back into that pretty quickly. Where suddenly it's, you know, there just won't be that many of us. And so expecting Microsoft to have enough servers to handle the initial load, I don't think is fair. It would cost way, way too much. And so to me, what we went through is realistic, because they're just never going to need that. You know, because the argument from people, oh, I've got background on this, that, you know, they just didn't test. Yeah, they did. I still think they underestimated. I'm not giving them a pass that, hey, everything is great. You know, I still think they kind of screwed the pooch a little bit. I mean, they clearly needed more volume. I mean, we shouldn't be waiting 3 hours to load into the game. But there's a fine line there of what do you do? And again, if they knew in the back that, like, hey, we own server infrastructure, because that's been part of the complaint against them, is like, it doesn't cost Microsoft anything. Like, they do cloud computing, they're their servers. Like, they're not going to charge themselves. I mean, but in the end, I would say that's disingenuous because the servers still aren't free. Like, they're using them for this instead of having customers pay. Oop, I think that was sloppy.
You'll have to optimize your rotation. We're losing too much time.
Oh, and I forgot to do the announcement. So, overall, alright, well, the frame rate is killing me here. Why am I not slowing down and turning? Like, it looks like I'm moving way faster. Oh, come on. Are you not gonna... I didn't crash. Ugh.
Lima Echo.
I mean, I was
Alpha
down
Papa
to
traffic
20,
Cessna,
but it was
Echo Charlie.
clearly...
Golf Mike Foxtrot is taxiing
And maybe
the
it
party.
was the frame rates weren't keeping up or something. Golly. Oh, well. That's not going to be a good result, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's not going to be a good result. So that sucks. So the frame rate got me there, I think. I mean, it was a short runway, too, so that didn't help. But yeah, anyway. We'll get there. Let's get our flaps up. I don't know that I had my flaps all the way down. I wonder if that was part of the issue, too. Why I came in as hot as I did, I don't know. Alright, let's get this up. Well, actually, I think if I just go back to where I should be sitting, it'll be more reasonable. But yeah, given that it's going to tell me I crashed, I bet I'm going to lose a lot with that. So that sucks. But we'll see. But again, that's the reality with a career, right? I mean, you make a mistake, it's kind of going to suck. But I don't know. Just because of the length, I don't know that this is... Man. I don't know that this is my favorite.
Come see me, and I'll show you how to improve your game.
Yeah. Go learn how to land is what it's going to tell me. Go take a landing. Go take a landing thing. Yeah, and I don't know if it's because of my settings. Oh, wow. So the time was terrible. And then, yeah, crash, so no bonus, so... Oh, but I got a no skip bonus. Alright, so I still got 130,000, so... I'm not going to complain. I mean, I still got a C. But yeah, crash is... No bonus for you. No soup for you. And that makes sense. I mean, come on. Alright, so reputation is up. Again, bad weather bonus, no skip bonus. Did we make it? Oh! Probably because I crashed. I went backwards. Oh. Okay. Let's see, 10, 12. Alright, so we got to 12. But yeah, I don't think... you know, let's take a look at... Alright, the certificate, because yeah, I need 10,000, 7,500, 15,000, 5,000. See, but the thing is, like, 5,000 is high-performance aircraft. Like, if I want airliners, I need to go this way. Although, again, like, scoop endorsement. So if I want to do some of the other things, like, I am going to need to go down different paths. Alright, and if I go to my specializations, like, let's see. So yeah, so I mean, I got everything. Like, I still scored C or above. But, you know, for some of the other stuff, and, you know, even this, I think I didn't, like, the crash didn't hurt me, and I think, you know, if they got rid of that, like, that would be difficult. So I just need one more mission. But I think I would just do, you know, because all I need is a C or above. I'm already level 10. And then here, you know, I need multiples. And again, I need B or above. So that one did hurt me, in this case, for aerial advertising. You know, and then my next batch is going to be 16, and I need my instrument rating. So let me go look at that, because just to kind of keep proceeding. Okay, so the instrument rating, so I need 10,000 for that. Okay, so that'll be good. So that's kind of the path I'm heading toward. You know, I need more time, but the skydiving missions are they're really long. And I think, again, clearly it told me, like, the timing was terrible, and I probably could have, like, not gone down as smoothly. I mean, I thought following the path was what it wanted me to do, but clearly it gave me 0 points, and I certainly wasn't going slow. So, I don't know. You know, if I was a little bit slow, like, it should have given me a little bit of a batch or whatever. A little bit of a score is what I mean. That, you know, just getting totally 0, that doesn't sit well with me, especially when it's not like the crash like made everything go poorly. Like, yep, it doesn't matter what you did on the rest of the flight, you crashed at the end. You ran into the trees, and that's a problem. So yeah, all I can think was happening, like, because I had my hand on there, and like it just wasn't slowing down, and I'm thinking because of what was happening with the frames, like maybe it wasn't going back to the streaming back appropriately on the speed either, and that's what caused part of the problem. Live and learn. I was hoping that we could get the reputation up, but we're close, and I should have a decent flight next time, I would think. So we're going to do, again, flight seeing or a ferry flight. I don't know that going back. But again, what I might try to do is see if I can find a flight seeing flight or a ferry flight that's like 2 stars instead of 1. Because again, I think this Skydive Aviation thing was still 1 star, even though I unlocked the ability to do 2 stars. But yeah, I mean, as I said, it's not looking good for Farmers Only Club. I am enjoying Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I think it's worth every penny that I spent. And again, I didn't go with the Aviators edition or anything like that, because I know at most I want maybe, like, I would be interested in 2 or 3 of the planes. And it would be less expensive to just buy them if I wanted to do that. But I do think that they now are offering, because I did see like leased aircraft that are in your marketplace, and right now the marketplace isn't working. But I think one of the things they did introduce with 2024 as well was the ability to try an aircraft for a period of time before you commit to buying it. So I think that's an exceptionally good idea. They're probably going to up their sales a lot that way, because it's a lot more challenging to say, I'm going to spend $30 on a plane, you know, or $20, which is kind of what the planes in the marketplace tend to be, other than the high-end ones like PMDG, which I don't know that a lot of people buy through the marketplace anyway. And honestly, I don't know that PMG sells through the marketplace, but I have seen other $80 planes in the marketplace. But even if you're spending like $20 or $30 and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to like it, I don't know if if it's designed well, whatever, this gives people that opportunity to, and I can't imagine they're going to give us more than an hour or 2, but at some point I'm sure I'll look at that and I'll share that with you, and we'll go from there. But as always, if you've enjoyed this, haven't dropped a like, and are not a subscriber, please consider that. As you can see, I'm very enthused. I'll definitely be doing stuff as much as I can, and I will see you next time.